Testing. Hey everyone, how you guys doing today? Hold on, let me just quickly switch scenes. Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a great day. Yes, this is me, King from Admin to Dev. I feel like everyone's here. I think I did post on Discord. Yes, I did post on Discord. I was worried that I didn't. Yes. Are we? I hope the stream's doing okay. Oh shit. Why can I hear? Okay, that's double stuff happening. Okay. Right. Hey Ron. This stream was more of a check on my accent and stuff because I was really worried about that. It was also to test out my setup. Of course, this is not my studio. I'm back in my room, which is why you have those random things around, and it's very like difficult to set this up, honestly. So yeah, I feel like this is decent enough for now. So this stream was more about just hopping on, show you some behind the scenes, show you the stuff that I'm working on with A to D. Wait, is my chat on? I feel like it's been like a long time since I've streamed on YouTube. I hope the stream is doing okay though. So let's actually like start out. How do I switch? Okay, great. So admin to dev, the website as is, looks decent, I'd say. There's a lot of changes that are gonna go in. Back in Learn, I have updated a lot of stuff. So I feel like day 5 was updated. Yeah, I think day 5 was updated. So I made a few changes to day 5 in terms of, hey, Naruto fan 210, how you doing today? Though I don't know you from like Discord's username, so don't mind me. So yeah, I updated day 5, even though like I need to update day 4, which goes over Git. A lot of this needs to change up simply because it was going over people's heads. And I actually had a lot of people tell me that this is something that they kind of want to deal with in a complete different mini course. So I've kind of been working on that, ensuring that we have decent enough bandwidth. So let me just show you what I'm working on. So it's actually live right now, but because only the actual like 30 day basic Apex starter course is available, which is why you can only see one, and all of these link back to the actual thing. So this is what I've been working on. This whole mini course thing. Wait, smaller so you guys can have an actual look. And actually, you guys can see it today. I'm gonna remove this from the actual site tomorrow. So there is mini courses coming up, which I hope is like good in terms of like beginning a track. And that's why I have added in tracks. So it's like first time developer track, UI components track. So if you don't know where you want to start from, you can just like hop on to the learn section and choose a track. But if you do know what you want to do, so there's a different all courses section. So you can actually like just go through the entire thing and be like, all right, this is what I want to do. And yeah, so this is first. So this was like one of the bigger things that I wanted some feedback on from the community because, and I kind of wanted to do it on stream, mostly because of the fact that I get an excuse to interact with everyone, or at least the people who show up. Also, if you guys don't know, the repo is actually up. I still need to update the snippets repo. Let me just pull up my actual repo, which contains. So I've been like, now this is something I've been working on for a while. And this is something that I use personally. I'm like on a different screen, pull it up. Right, so this is one of my private repos. Are these tracks live? These tracks are not live yet, so you can actually head over to admin2dev.com/learn. These tracks, so the basics of Git and Markdown and setting up VS Code should be live by the end of, let's say today's 21st, right? So I think by 28th or 29th, the Git, no, the VS Code is up first, and then the Git would be up, I think 2 days after that. Oh, Nico Cal, great. Hi. So that's the thing. So the VS Code is going up first. I still need to make a lot of changes to the images, especially of how this looks. And yeah, so coming back to this, all right. So I have a lot of these things done. So these are snippets that will be going live on the actual admin to dev repo. So this is more like, hey, so this is a template on how you make a batch class, and then this is like a test class. So you don't have to remember the entire syntax. So if you are tomorrow writing a batch class, right? Let me just quickly show you. Full screen. So let's say we are writing a batch class, and file new Apex class batch class live. So it's now this becomes pretty easy to deal with because you just literally copy this code, paste it in, change the name of the class, and you have your template ready. So now it's literally you just start writing your code. Be like select, say maybe ID, last name from contact, where last name equals done test, and we can remove limit. So it's pretty easy once you have this kind of snippet going around, so that later when you're actually writing your code, things just become so much more easier. And that way, like as a developer, you save a lot of time because you don't have to worry about writing the same thing again and again. Oh yeah, there's problems. Don't worry about the problems yet. So yeah, so the tracks are going live soon. The end of this month, I feel everything should be completely good to go, assuming that I'm late by a day or two because of some of the other technical errors, which is poised to come up. That will happen eventually. So yeah, also I've been working on making videos. So that would be, let me just, I think I have one video which is kind of done. Okay, just give it a second. It takes a while to load up. Okay, Final Cut is taking quite some time to actually load up. Switch scenes by the time. Okay. So I'm just waiting for Final Cut Pro to load up so I can like actually show you the stuff that I've been working on. Also, I was really worried if my accent was actually understandable because there's a lot of people from the Western side. And even though like I have a lot of streaming experience and I know that a lot of people understand my accent, I kind of wanted to just double check. Where is my project? And we have this, please. Okay. So it's up. Okay. So I still need to do like a lot of stuff because I didn't want this to be just another like a screencast video. Jackson sounds fine. Okay, that's good. So I've been kind of working on a lot of stuff that way. It's gonna render very slowly because we are live right now. The voiceover is something that I'm still working on. I have hired a graphic designer to actually like get a lot of graphics coming in because here's the thing, I don't want people to just look at this like this is extremely boring to look at. And yeah, I mean for most parts this was one of my major issues, that I don't want it to be this way. So I'm working on another like a series with a designer, like so it's actually understandable that like this is the kind of point we're trying to get across and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's for most parts what's been happening. I'm just kind of like playing around with 3 different screens, so don't mind me. Uh, so yeah, so the tracks should be up probably by the end of this month, this week, like the next 7 days at the earliest, maximum by the end of this month. So Apex, like the starter Apex course with day 4 about Git, day 5 about maps, and I think we're on day 26, right? Hold on. Yeah, so day 26 and day 27, which actually go over VS Code. So that is a starter VS Code thing, which kind of explains like, hey, this is how you set it up, and with the basic debugging of how you download JDK and how you like interact with an organization. But the mini course actually goes over, hey, so you have 3 different organizations and you need to set up a staging environment and a development environment, and this is how you deploy to production, because you cannot code on production Apex directly. So that's another thing that is there. So there's still quite a lot to cover actually. But given that we turned 2 months old today, I'm like really happy with the way things are going. And yeah, so I feel like the Apex Starter Complete course, or the first step to becoming a Salesforce developer per se, would be complete by the end of this month, which is really good, I feel. And of course, like a lot of changes that are supposed to come in with, I do a lot of grammatical errors, aware of that. So that and like miscellaneous stuff should be up by the end of this month, which is great. And then I'll start posting up videos, like, so it will be like maybe 1 or 2 every week, because it's taking up a lot of time to actually do everything alone per se, because I don't have any hired help. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just quickly wanted like a live stream, just to check up an accent, have people come over to the YouTube channel and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. And I feel like a lot of people would catch up afterwards, because there's like a lot of people like actually are messaging me on Discord that they can't be online right away. Teaching my mom and get yeah. I feel Nick, I'm just gonna call you Nico, if that's okay. So Nico, that's something that I feel is really necessary. Like, you need to know the actual real world environment, because here's the problem with certifications. A lot of people are just learning and finishing up certifications purely based on certification dumps and questions, and sitting with people who actually have completed those certifications. The entire idea for A to D was to never focus on certifications, but to focus more on like actual real world environment, like setting us stuff up and projects. So even with the Apex Starter course, right? So after day 26 and day 27 are done, day 28, 29, and 30 are actually a project. So that project is like, you make a new Trailhead account, or a Trailhead organization, and you set everything up. So it's like a super badge, but this one's a little more complicated, because I am really trying to make your life hard by testing like the fundamentals of what you know. And it's not just about everything is gonna be programming based. A lot of stuff is actually gonna be like, hey, you need to do this. So will you choose to do it with the flow, or would you choose to do it with code? So there's gonna be a lot of those and like questions or dilemmas too at the end, because in a real world organization, that's something that happens very often. So my cousin is a consultant, and a lot of times what happens is he would do something with a flow and I would do it with code, and then collaborating on things becomes much harder. So I learned it kind of the hard way over the last year, that I need to think that, okay, if something can be done efficiently using like the declarative tools without using any code, so I need to be using that too. Just because you can code doesn't mean you should always. So that's another thing. So yeah, I feel like projects are gonna be coming around. I'm working with a developer, and I'm working with my cousin too on this. And I have a few developers lined up, but because they're not free, given that because of COVID, everyone's impacted. So the developers are like doing overtime right now because a lot of organizations now require a lot of like more custom modules with like this is one of these developers. I asked them for the source code of this. They are embedding Zoom meetings into Visualforce pages, which I found was really cool. So I was like, I kind of want that, so I can open source it and like upload it on A2D. So I'm like trying to convince them on that. So I feel like if that happens, that would be really great. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of what's happening slash what's coming by the end of this month. And yeah, so like I'm gonna quickly post the link for Discord. So if anyone's not in Discord already, you can use the link like this link to join in on Discord and like actually interact with me and the rest of the community. The website's available on admintodev.com, which is like linked in the description and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day ahead. Thanks so much for tuning in. Even if you're tuning in after the stream is over, it's completely all right. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in and using A2D. Bye.